Good morning, friends. In the previous lectures, we discussed a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is not equal to 0. And what did we study here? We studied that the roots of the equation alpha and beta are related by sum of the zeros is minus b upon a and product of the zeros is c upon a. Means the sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros is related by the coefficients. And for a cubic polynomial, we have got the same thing again. The sum of the zeros is this, but we have one more thing. The product of the zeros taken two at a time, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equal to c upon a, and the product of the zeros alpha beta gamma equal to minus d upon a. So we have done this so far, okay? So we'll see one more sum in a cubic polynomial form. Now we have done many sums of the quadratic, now we'll do one more of the cubic. So we have a sum here, p of x equal to 2x cube minus 5x square minus 14x plus 8. Now I hope you do remember in yesterday's lecture I showed you how to do the factorization of this. Do you remember? We take the factors of 8, then we find the first factor. So here you will see that the roots we are getting will be, we have to check out which are the roots possible here. We have to check out the roots. The possible roots are 4, minus 2 and 1 upon 2. Now it is an exercise for you to find out how we got these roots. So you know how we got the roots. First we try p of 1. We put x equal to 1, we try p of 1. If it is a 0, then x minus 1 is a factor. Then you put minus 1. If p of minus 1 is a 0, x plus 1 is a factor. If that doesn't work, you put p of 2. If p of 2 is a 0, then x minus 2 is a factor. You put p equal to minus 2. If p of minus 2 is a 0, then x plus 2 is a factor. So we have got p of minus 2 is 0, so x plus 2 is a factor. Then you will do the actual division. After you get the division, you get a quadratic equation, and then you will solve the equation to get the roots. So these are the roots. Now what are we going to do? Is we are going to verify. Okay, the three roots. Now for the cubic, let us verify. We have got a is equal to 2, b is equal to minus 5, c equal to minus 14, d is equal to 8. We have got these four things here. And alpha, beta, gamma is this. So first we'll sum them up. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to 4 minus 2 plus 1 upon 2. So 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 upon 2 is 5 upon 2. Now check what is alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b upon a. Minus b means minus b upon a will be minus, b is minus 5. So minus of minus 5 upon 2 is 5 upon 2. So we got alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b upon a. The next one, alpha beta plus beta gamma plus alpha gamma equal to alpha into beta. So 4 into 2 minus 8. Beta gamma minus 2 into 1 upon 2 minus 1. And alpha gamma 4 into 1 by 2, that is 2. So we get minus 9 plus 2, that is minus 7. Now let us check c upon a. What is c upon a? C upon a, what is c? Minus 14. So minus 14 upon 2 gives us minus 7. Right? And the third one, alpha into beta into gamma. 4 into minus 2 into 1 upon 2. So we get minus 4. And we check with d by d is what? D is 8, sorry, minus d upon 8. So minus 8 upon 2, that is minus 4. So this is what is to be done. Now if they ask you to verify that these are the roots, how will you verify? They might ask you first verify these are the roots and then verify this relation. So it is very simple. You put 4 over here. When you put x equal to 4, the value should become 0. When you put minus 2 over here, the value of this polynomial becomes 0. When you put 1 over 2 over here, the value becomes 0. Means this you will know are the roots, and we have shown the relation of what? The roots of the polynomial and the coefficients. But if they ask you to find these roots by yourself, then you have to go back to revision of the 9th standard. So if you go through my channel, there is a video for the 9th standard of polynomials, how to factorize cubic polynomials. You can go through the video and learn how to find the roots of cubic polynomials that I have done in the 9th standard video. So here we are ending the topic of relationship between the roots of a polynomial and the coefficient. Now next is the division algorithm. Now we'll use a simple division technique. Let us say we do something called 25 divided by 8. So if you do the actual division, what you get? 8 3s are 24. So we have this 3 as the quotient, 1 as the remainder, 25 was the dividend, and 8 was the divisor. So any number you can see can be written as dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus the remainder. Okay? So 25 equal to divisor 8 into quotient 3 plus 1. So 25 equal to 8 into the 24 plus 1. Now what is a factor? When the remainder becomes 0, then it is a factor. So you can see 8 is not a factor of 25. But if it was 24, then 8 would be a factor. So this is the general thing. A dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And this is also applicable to polynomials. So we will see how it is applicable to polynomials. Now, why we need to do this, you see. Suppose I have got 2x square minus 6x plus 12. Okay. Now, if I want to find out if x minus 2 is a factor for this. Okay, so this is a polynomial p of x. If I want to find out if x minus 2 is a factor, then there is a simple method. I take p of 2. Because I got x minus 2, I have to take x minus 2 equal to 0, so x equal to 2. So to just check p of 2 is 2, 2 square minus 6 into 2 plus 12. So 2 square is 4, 4 2s are 8, minus 12 plus 12, which gives me 8, not a 0. So x minus 2 is not a factor. But you can see here, when there is a binomial like this, okay. Now let us check for one more thing. Let us see if 3x minus 2 is a factor. So what will we take? We will take x of 2 goes to the right side becomes 2 upon 3. So x becomes 2 upon 3. 2 integer 2 upon 3 the whole square minus 6 upon 2 by 3 plus 12. So we have got 2 into 4 by 9 minus 3 1s are 3 2s are 4 plus 12. So we got 8 upon 9 plus 8, whatever it is, not equal to 0. So this is also not a factor of this polynomial. This is very easy to check, right? Now, let us say we have got a polynomial 3x cube minus 5x square plus 9x minus 27. Now this is a cubic polynomial again. You can see this is a cubic polynomial again. If you want to check x minus 2 is a factor, we do the same thing. We take p of 2. So 3 into 2 cube minus 5 into 2 square plus 9 into 2 minus 27. 2 cube is 8, 2 is 16, sorry. 2 cube is 8, 8 3 is 24. 2 square is 4, this is 20 plus 18 minus 27. So 24 plus 18 gives 42. 20 and 27 gives 47. So you get minus 5 not equal to 0. So x minus 2 is not a factor. Similarly, you can take 3x minus 2 and check it out. But what if I want to know if x square minus 2x plus 1 is a factor of this? What can be done here? How do I know? Now here I cannot replace value like this. If I got x minus 2, I take x equal to 2. If I get 3x minus 2, then I get x of 2 by 3. But what if I want to find if this is a factor or no? So what are we going to use here? So here we do not have any direct way to find out if this is divisible here. Okay? So what we can do, there are two things we can do. We can use the long division method, which we are just going to work out the long division method to see whether it is a factor or not. So how do we go by the long division method? We'll just see. And there is one other way we can try out, and that would be to do what? First find out the factors of this and then apply it here. Now if you factorize this, if you see this, x square minus 2x plus 1, this is x minus 1 the whole square. So the factors of this are x minus 1 and x minus 1. There is only one factor 1. So this equation is only satisfied when x equal to 1. So we only have to try p of 1. So p of 1 is 3, 1 cube minus 5, 1 square plus 9 into 1 minus 27. So we'll have 3 minus 5 plus 9 minus 27. 9 plus 3 is 12 and this is minus 32, so we get minus 20 not equal to 0. So since the factors are not divisible, this is not divisible. You can see very clearly now. You know what I am trying to imply? Let us say the number 72. Now the number 72 is divisible by 2. It is divisible by 3. So we know the number which is divisible by 2 and 3 both is also divisible by 6 always. A number which is divisible by 2 and divisible by 3 is always divisible by 2. So 72 is divisible by 2, it is divisible by 3, so it will always be divisible by 6. So same way the two factors we have got. If each one is a factor of this polynomial, then the multiplication will also lead to the same factor. Now let us check out the actual division and work it out. Okay? Let us check out the actual division and see if it is a factor. So I write here x square minus 2x plus 1. Now how do we do the division? So check out the step. How does x square become x cube? So we have, if you multiply x square by 3x, if you multiply x square by 3x, you get x square into 3x, 3x cube. But then 3x into minus 2x gives me minus 6x square. And 3x into 1 gives me 3x. So on subtraction, this 3 and 3 gets cut. What remains? X square. 9 minus 3 gives me 6 minus 27. How do I multiply? I multiply this by 1 plus 1. So plus 1 into x is x square minus 2x plus 1. Subtract. So 6 plus 2, minus 6 plus 2 gives me minus 4 and minus 27 minus 1 gives me minus 28. Now you see, like I told you, this is not equal to 0, so this is not a factor. But still, how can we write it down now? We can write it by the same way. So we'll call the dividend p of x. The p of x, the dividend equal to divisor, we'll call q of x into quotient is also polynomial plus the remainder is also polynomial. So you can see what we did here. The dividend is a polynomial p of x. The device is a polynomial q of, sorry, we'll call it another name. Say s of x. Okay, that is the divisor. Into the quotient is q of x and the remainder r of x. So you can see here what we have got. This all are polynomials. So if you want to write down, we can write it the same way. So we'll write down 3x cube. So what do you do here? If you multiply this with this and add this, you will get the same thing back. So what rule applies to the normal numbers also apply to polynomials. Polynomial px when divided by sx will give us px equal to dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Now if the remainder is 0, then this is a factor. But here you can see the remainder is not 0, so it is not a factor. So what do you understand now? If you have got a divisor which itself is a polynomial, you need to factorize this, find out the factors and then apply the factor theorem and check it out. But this rule stays true for all the polynomials. So now we'll make use of the algorithm and find out the roots. Now here we have a polynomial 2x raised to 4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2. So the degree of this polynomial is 4. Now you can see this is the single variable, it is only x, but the degree is 4. So the number of real roots possible are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now they have given us two roots over here, root 2 and minus root 2. They say root 2 and minus root 2 are the roots of this equation, but let us check out, let us see. Let us see what is p of root 2. P of root 2 will be 2 root 2 raised to 4 minus 3 root 2 cube minus 3 root 2 square. What I am doing here, instead of x I am putting root 2 plus 6 into root 2 minus 2. What I have done here, I have put the value of root 2. Now root 2 raised to 4 is root 16, that is 4. So I get 2 into 4 minus 2 root 2 the whole cube. Now what is root 2 the whole cube? Root 2 into root 2 into root 2 the whole cube. Now root 2 into root 2 is 2. So 2 root 2 into 3 is 6 root 2 minus root 2 square is 2. 2 into 3 is minus 6 plus 6 root 2 minus 2. This is Riemann's multiplication. So this minus 6 root 2 plus 6 to cut. 2 4s are 8. 8 minus 6 2 minus 2 is 0. So p of root 2 is a root because we got 0. Let us try p of minus root 2. So we get 2 into minus 2 raised to the power 4 minus 3 root to the power 3, sorry, minus 3 into minus root 2 plus 6 into minus root 2 minus 2. Now here it's an even power, so we'll get 4, so again 2 4s are 8, but here we'll get minus 2 root 2. We got here 6 root 2, so here we'll get minus 6 root 2. But minus into minus will become plus, so plus 6 root 2. Here again, sorry, here the power is again even, so this becomes positive into negative, negative is a minus 6. Here it becomes minus 6 root 2 minus 2. Again this get cut and again we get a 0. So we know that root 2 and minus root 2 are both zeros of this polynomial. Now I have verified here, but it was already given. I have verified it was given they are zeros. Now like I told you before, a number which is divisible by 2 and divisible by 3 is also divisible by 6. So in the same way, a number divisible by root 2 and minus root 2. So we have x equal to root 2 is 1 root and x equal to minus root 2. So we get x minus root 2 is a 0. Here we get x plus root 2 is a 0. So if I multiply them both, I get x square minus 2 is a 0. How did I get this? X minus root 2 into x plus root 2. A minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So x into x is x square and root 2 into root 2 is 2. So a square minus b square. So what do we know? Since this is a root and this is a root, then x equal to root 2. One root, x minus root 2. Second root, the multiplication of both gives us this. So this also, so what I was telling, if 2 is a factor of a number and 3 is the factor of the number, then 6 is also the factor of the same number. So the same way, if root 2 is a root, so x minus 2 is a factor. Because x equal to root 2 is a root, x minus 2 is a factor, x plus 2 is a factor. So if these both are factors, then the multiplication of both is also a factor. So now we know that x square minus 2 is a factor. So what are we going to do then? The long division. Yes, we'll do the long division because we know it is a factor. So we'll do the long division now. We have got x square minus 2. Now note here, we have got a degree 2, but there is no degree 1. There is no x term here. Degree 2 and directly this. So take care during the division. Now how does x square become 2x raised to 4? I'll multiply by 2x square. So 2x square into x square will give me 2x raised to 4. But minus 2 into 2x square, see minus 2 into 2x, we have to multiply with this also. So 2 2s are 4x square. So I get minus 4x square, which I will not write here because this is the x cube. I have to write it over here, minus 4x square. Understand this. Can you see this? Because there was no x term here, we had to take a jump. So this becomes minus and this becomes plus. The signs will change. So what have we got now? This got cut down. You can put a 0 here, so this comes down. Minus 3x cube. If you minus here, then minus 3 plus 4 gives me plus x square. I'll bring this down plus 6x. Now, how does x square become minus 3x cube? So I multiply by minus 3x. So I get x square into minus 3x is minus 3x cube. And minus 2 into minus 3 is plus 6, so plus 6x. But that I have to put here, plus 6x, because this is the x term. Again, what happens here? This becomes plus, this becomes minus. So they both cut off. What remains? X square and minus 2. So I put a plus 1 here. So I get x square minus 2 minus into plus. So you can see what we have here. Because these two were a factor, then the product of both is also a factor. So we found it here. So how can we write this down now? So how will we write this down? We'll write this down as, this is now equal to, so the sum 2x cube minus 3x cube, sorry 2x raised to 4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2 will now be written as x square minus 2, the divisor, into the quotient 2x square minus 3x plus 1 plus the remainder. But the remainder is 0, so no plus 0 because it's the remainder. So these are the two factors. So we get the factor x minus root 2 and x plus root 2. I break it up again into the factors. And how will factorize this? We have done quadratic equation in the 9th standard, splitting the middle term. This can be written as 2x square minus 2x minus x plus 1. So we get x minus root 2 into x plus root 2, 2x common, x minus 1, minus 1 common, x minus 1. So we have x minus root 2, x plus root 2, then x minus 1 comes out common and 2x minus 1 comes out common. Now if you take the 0, so if x minus 2 is a 0, the root is root 2. If x plus 2 is a 0, it is minus root 2. If x minus 1 is 0, we get a 1. And if 2x minus 1 is 0, we get 1 upon 2. So 2 roots were given to us and we found out the remaining 2 roots by the division method. So what did we do here? We had a polynomial. We knew 2 roots. We knew the 2 roots. Which 2 roots we knew? That x equal to root 2 is 1 root and x equal to minus root 2. So we know x minus root 2. Root 2 comes this side. This is a factor and x plus root 2 is a factor. Now these both are factors, then the product of these two, that is x square minus 2, is also a factor. So I multiplied them both then I did the long division method. This you should know. Then I wrote down this polynomial as dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. But remainder is 0, so we don't have a remainder. Then again I divided this. How I factorize this? A square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. And this is a quadratic equation, so I thought by splitting the middle term, I got all the 4 factors and the 4 zeros. So 2 were given to me and 2 more I found out by using the algorithm. So I hope this is clear to you. Now one rule you should take care always is before you do the division, arrange the polynomial in the decreasing order of its powers. So 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. And even the divisor should be arranged. Do not change the signs, but when you do the division, please make sure that the dividend is arranged in the decreasing powers, even the divisor is arranged in the decreasing powers, and only then do the division. Now we are going to do one sum of a different type, so kindly check this out. Now let us check out this sum. It is a very interesting sum and you are going to like it. We have got a polynomial x cube minus 3x square plus x plus 1. So this is a polynomial given to us and we are told it has got 3 zeros. The zeros are a minus b, a and a plus b. So what you have to do is, you have to find out the value of a and b. So we are given a polynomial and how do we find out the zeros? You know the method, the long division method and everything. So you have to find the zeros. Then the 3 zeros are a minus b, a and a plus b. So using that, we have to find out the values of a and b. So now we'll apply what we have learned so far. These are the 3 zeros given to us and this is the polynomial given to us. Now should we do the actual division and find out the 3 zeros first, which are the zeros, or can we do something directly? Yes, we can do something directly. What can we do? These are the 3 zeros, say alpha, beta, gamma. We know the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So we know alpha into beta into gamma and we know alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay. What is alpha plus beta plus gamma? We know it is minus b upon a. So let us check. Alpha plus beta plus gamma. So alpha is a minus b, beta plus a plus b equal to minus b. How much is the value of b? Minus 3, because we are going to write this ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So what is the value of b? Minus 3. So minus of minus 3 upon a is 1. So 1. So here minus b plus b gets cut. So we get a plus a plus a. 3a equal to minus 1 is plus 3 implies a is equal to 1. So directly using this relationship, we found out a is equal to 1. Okay, so what we used here, alpha plus beta plus gamma is minus b upon a. We are given the zeros and we got a equal to 1. Now we use alpha beta into gamma. What is that? That is minus b upon a. So let us see what is this alpha beta gamma. So we will do the multiplication. A minus b into a plus b equal to, what is that? Minus b upon a. So d is 1. So minus 1 upon 1 is minus 1. Okay. Now we get what here? A minus b to a plus b is a square minus b square into a equal to minus 1. But a is equal to 1. So 1 minus b square into 1 equal to minus 1. So this will become 1. So 1 minus b square equal to minus 1, or minus b square equal to minus 2 implies b square equal to 2. So what is b equal to? Root 2. Is it clear? So we have used the two rules. Alpha into beta into gamma is minus b upon a and alpha plus beta plus gamma. So we did not have to do the long division, find the roots, compare equations, nothing. Just using these two methods, I have found out the roots. Sorry, not the roots, the value. Okay, but here we have to take a slightly different care. What is this? B square equal to 2. So we should write b equal to plus minus root 2, because when you take the square root, there are two roots possible. So why we have taken this plus minus? Because one place it is minus and one place it is plus, so makes no difference at all. If you take minus, then this becomes plus and this becomes minus, either way. So we have got the roots 1 minus root 2, 1 and 1 plus root 2 are the factors of this. Okay, so here we have not done the actual division and found out the roots. We used the relation we know between the roots and the coefficient. So solving this, we got the answer. So if you need to, then you can see the video one more time, revise it thoroughly. And now we are done with this chapter. All you have to do is practice as many sums as you can. And you can send me your doubts. So I am going to end here. Thank you.